2024, film fans. Time to start off the new year with my review of The Iron Claw. The Iron Claw is the latest biographical sports drama from A24, directed by Sean Durkin, starring Zac Efron, Jeremy Allen White, Harris Dickinson, Lily James, and many others. The Iron Claw tells the true story of the Von Erich brothers in the early 1980s on how they made history in professional wrestling and shows their tragic true story through their overbearing father and coach. I just want to say right off the bat, I'm not a huge fan nor follower of professional wrestling. It's not something I necessarily watch that often or keep up with. Nor do I have a whole lot of knowledge on the Von Erich family, so I was looking forward to seeing this movie to get some insight about their true story. I remember hearing about this project when I first saw production stills of the film and being very curious about what A24 had in store with this film. And when I saw the trailer, it looked fantastic and immediately got me excited. It looked like a powerful and very interesting drama from A24. And A24 has been proving to be a studio that has been a force to be reckoned with throughout the years, releasing so many great films by talented filmmakers such as The Lighthouse, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Hereditary, 8th Grade, Uncut Gems, The Farewell, Minari, and so many others to mention. Heard so many great things about The Iron Claw from early screenings, saying it's one of the best films of the year. I saw The Iron Claw before 2023 ended, and all I could say is, damn. What an emotional punch to the gut this film was. The Iron Claw is absolutely fantastic and certainly one of the best films of 2023. Let's start this review with the pros. First of what makes this movie shine is a fantastic cast ensemble with pitch perfect performances. Mainly from Zac Efron, who is absolutely phenomenal in this movie and hands down gives the best performance he has ever given in his career. I always saw potential in him to get that big, juicy, dramatic role to really show what he's capable of as an actor. This was definitely it. He completely disappeared into the role of Kevin Von Erich, and it got to the point where I stopped noticing Zac Efron. And he was just so incredibly convincing that I couldn't take my eyes off him. He not only nails the physicality and being very convincing as a pro wrestler, but absolutely excels in the emotional scenes. Particularly in the third act, there were some moments and lines from him that he delivered that were just absolutely heartbreaking. And I'm just thinking about one line towards the end of the film delivered from Efron and just the way he said that line and just thinking about that scene. Oh my God, that almost got the waterworks going for me. That is just one of the most heartbreaking lines of 2023 delivered by any actor. And I would love for both Zac Efron to pursue more dramatic roles like this down the road, but to be considered for a Best Actor nomination. I know it might not happen with competition going on right now with Cillian Murphy, Bradley Cooper, Paul Giamatti, Leonardo DiCaprio, so he will probably not make it in the Best Actor, but by any chance, if he makes it in at SAG or possibly a BAFTA nomination, probably not BAFTA, I'd say SAG would be more likely, since he didn't get in at Golden Globe Drama nor Critics' Choice. And I've never seen that Ted Bundy movie that was on Netflix a few years ago. I've heard he was good in that, so let me know if you've seen that movie and would you recommend it. But this was an exceptional dramatic role for Zac Efron to shine in. And the rest of the performances are fantastic too. From Jeremy Allen White as Kerry Von Erich, Harris Dickinson as David Von Erich, a newcomer Stanley Simmons as Mike Von Erich, and Lily James as Zac Efron's girlfriend in the film. All of them give excellent supporting performances as well. But there is one supporting performance that I definitely want to give credit to, and that is Holt McCallany as Fritz Von Erich, their father. All I can say is, oh my God, this was a terrific performance. Just how much he gives him such presence, how he's very domineering, emotionally abusive. And he does love his sons, but really pushes them to the extreme, to the point where it takes a heavy toll on them. And this actor absolutely nailed this character. I definitely want to give props to him. Now, the director of this film is Sean Durkin, who hasn't really directed a lot. Aside from one movie he has directed with Elizabeth Olsen, Marcia Marcy, May Marlene, I have heard of that movie. But for this being the first film I've seen in his filmography, great first impressions. And he truly did a great job directing this movie, both capturing the time period of the late 1970s and the early 1980s with the music, fashion, altogether contributes with the level of authenticity with the wrestling. The wrestling scenes were shot excellently, from the choreography, staging, acting, how they were filmed, and the tension of those scenes. And it's all very well shot, making you feel like you are there watching these wrestling scenes, making them very intense and visceral to watch, just from how impactful everything is, the sound design, and just feeling every smash, pin. They were just very gripping and intense to watch. I loved it. Largely, I could tell Durkin and the cast and crew really wanted to honor the true story of the Von Erichs, to show and tell it in the most engaging and impactful way possible. And it never gets to the point where it's feeling exploitive, but more so, okay, here's the true story, here's how it happened, here's how tragic everything was. And about that, man, does this movie have hard-hitting drama that just hit like bricks. I love the brotherhood and dynamic between the Von Erichs, just their love and respect for each other, and whenever something bad would happen to them or getting that feeling, I would feel really bad. I felt extremely worried whenever I got that feeling of dread, knowing something bad and tragic is about to happen to one of the brothers, and I was just like, oh no, something bad's gonna happen, oh no, please don't. And when that moment happens, I'm like, no, oh no. And as for example of that feeling of dread, there is a scene at a wedding, and that scene starts off as a happy and optimistic moment, and then to the next scene with Kevin Von Erich and David in a bathroom, and what happens in that scene had me shocked. I was like, oh my god, oh no. And how it was directed, both just holding on to that shot, and also does some interesting blocking with Zac Efron's arm blocking the toilet, and then followed later by a dance scene. And that scene was both a mix of happy, but also dread at the same time. It was just like enjoying the moment, but also how the camera pans to each of the characters' faces, while also giving me the feeling of dread. Like I said, it was like, oh no, I'm getting that feeling again, something's bad about to happen, oh no. As for issues or nitpicks, I'd say my one minor issue is the third act does have some minor pacing issues where I did feel the length a bit. In conclusion, The Iron Claw is a tragic, powerful, insightful, and devastating sports drama that packs a punch. A well-directed and engaging true story on legacy, pressure, tragedy, and brother with a fantastic cast ensemble, in particular from Zac Efron, who gives his career best performance here. I would definitely recommend this movie to you if you're fans of pro wrestling or knows a lot about the Von Erich family. Also to fans of the studio A24, or if you've seen the trailer and this movie looks interesting to you, or if you love really good and engaging wrestling dramas. And even though this is not a true story, it is kind of the same way where it's more focused on the characters than the wrestling. For example, the movie The Wrestler that came out in 2008, which is a great movie that I do recommend. So if you definitely love movies like that, definitely go see The Iron Claw. Or like me, if you're a non-wrestling fan or don't know a lot about the Von Erich family, but this movie looks interesting to you, then definitely go see it. However, I would not recommend this movie to you if you're not really in the mood for a depressing movie, or if you prefer to see a movie that will make you happy and uplifted by the end, I'd say just go see Wonka. Either way, The Iron Claw is an absolute must-see, and certainly one of the best films of 2023, and I couldn't be happier. I saw this film before 2023 ended. And now to grade it, I'm going to give The Iron Claw 4.5 stars out of 5, an A. I am disappointed to hear with the competition going on that it might be overlooked this award season, so it sadly might not get in for picture nor acting nominations. Especially wishful thinking on my part, Zac Efron for Best Actor, that will make me over the moon if that happens. So we'll see if maybe this film can sneak in for a PGA nomination for Best Picture, or again, I have a sad feeling it might be overlooked. With this film now being a new addition on my top 10 favorite A24 films I did in 2022, there are just so many films that I just seen like now added that I have a hard time doing a ranking of that A24 list. And other films that make me sad leaving them off the top 10, I guess that is a testament to how great of a studio A24 is. And this was definitely a great year for them with a moving romance drama, Past Lives, which is in my top 5 favorite films of 2023. My favorite horror film of 2023, Talk to Me, which was awesome. And now The Iron Claw, which is an excellent sports drama. So I'd like to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of The Iron Claw? If you've seen it, do you agree, disagree with my review? Or if you haven't seen it, are you looking forward to film or not? Let me know down below. Did you enjoy hearing my thoughts on this movie and want to see more reviews like this in the future? If yes, please hit that like and subscribe button if you're new here. And don't forget that notification bell for my next upload in the future. It really means a lot. And until the next video, I'm Jack Benner and look forward to another movie review.